All right, so now we're working on part 2. We are on page 6. So right now we are going to add another for loop. Okay, we're going to add another for loop. So we're going to go to loops, and we're going to add another for index. We're going to add underneath. All right, and then we're also going to add another less than high score. Put that right there. So we got this taken care of. We are good. Okay, and we're going to add a splash block for the second loop. So we're going to go here, and we're going to add a splash block. Inside the splash block, then we're going to add a join block, which will have the following terms. So now that I have that, we're going to get a join block. And I'm going to make sure we have this as a spacer. So now we're going to put the value of the names at the array. So this got a little tricky because I kind of messed this up. So I had to figure out what this was. So it's actually this get value, and put this here. So what this is, it is getting the one value from this list, okay? So this right here, so this right here is receiving the value from one of these two, okay? So that's what that means. So what we're doing is we're going to change this to high score names, okay? And then at the index. So at the index, what that means is this index here, which means they're going to get it from one of these. Remember, these are the index, okay? This is the index. Remember, this is the index, these here. Okay? All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. And what we're going to do is, for these high score names, we're going to have just high scores. So what's going to happen is, as we do these names here, they're actually going to match each other. So these two lists here, try that again. So these two lists here, there we go. So these two lists here are actually going to match. So these go together, and then these go together. So these are actually together, okay? So I just want you to make sure you understand that these are together. All right, so we have this here, and now we're going to test our game again. So now we see Jim has a score of 9. ABC has a score of 9. So everybody right now has a score of 9, and that is not okay. So that's what happens when the game resumes. Make sure on here that you answer that question. I think that is hilarious right now. So make sure you answer his question about what happens, because definitely want to know what happens. So now in part 3, we are going to do some major fixes for this, because we definitely need to fix it. So go ahead, stop this recording, and we're going to add to make sure this works perfectly.